Okay, getting everything set up and going in to do sound tests. So I might be running a little bit late today. Going in to do everything sounds good on YouTube. I'm getting everything set up. Like I said, it might run a little bit late, but everything set. We've had sounds good on Kick, but we've had a slight little hiccup today in my real life. The water pipes under the kitchen are busted, so we've been having to come up, take care of some in-house situations. Let me see what's going on here on Rumble. It says Rumble is going, but I still get that. Be running a little bit late today. Going. Everything sounds good on X. I will start the broadcast. Make the post. WWOW Talk. Everything sounds good on X. Audio sounds good. Post is made, so we are set up on all of them except for Rumble. Let me hit refresh and see if maybe it kicked in. There we go. WWOW Talk. Alright, so everything is good there. I think everything's alright. Now I went back and I checked up on that service that I was suggested to use, Beam, and to see if it was possibly working. When I went in to go look at it, it still wasn't working, and it said that the program was down right now for some reason. So I still got it set up on my OBS, but I don't know about how I can use it or not. So with that being said, I just wanted to put that out there. I have been trying to give it a shot, but it's just not really panning out the way I thought it would. It's really, really, really strange. Custom URL. Yeah, there you go. Alright, so what I am going to do is just go ahead and set up some music real quick. I will be back, and we will get started with the show. It sounds like the audio and everything is working out pretty good, so let me try to get this straightened out. I just barely had enough time to get in the door and get things going. So, but the good part is I did pull up some good content to go over tonight, because I've had an excellent well, I think it's been an excellent first start of January when it comes to the stuff I've been putting on here. So I kind of went through and got some other good stuff that I want to talk about. The Skype is open, so if anybody wants to come in and join the conversation, you're more than welcome to. I have the topic or the talking points that I want to bring up already posted on Skype and on X as well. Well, no, I think that's it. So it is there and it's ready to go if you guys want to read it. So, and the links to Skype is in the chat areas of this live streams. So oops, I gotta slow that down. I need to bring that down to 100%. I had a really cool background running at the time, so let me go ahead.
night is here, in deep embrace. You drift like shadows, cold and bare. A ghostly vision, the eyes don't clear. I am gone silent, but proof is nice. The stars that you risk, you start to shade clear. I felt the wondrous past, and in all my wound I wear inside. And in the darkness we meet once again, unbound by the silence like whispers of sin. Forever a midnight where shadows starlight, leaving me shade to the uncomplete. Fading light in the velvet haze. The night is here and deep embrace. You drift like shadows, cold and bare. A ghostly vision, the eyes don't clear. Your voice is calling, whispers so low, pulling me closer to face eternal. I felt the wondrous spots in all the wound I wear inside. And in the darkness we meet once again, unbound by silence like whispers of sin. Forever a midnight where shadows collide, leaving me chained to the unspoken. Of what we were, to the lovers lost without a cure. Under the stars I lay beside the ghost of you, my haunted bride.
In the darkness when meet once again,
Unbound by the silence like whispers of sin.
forever midnight where shadows collide,
leaving me chained to the unspoken. Shadows starlight, leaving me chained to the velvet haze. The night drift like shadows, cold and bare. A ghostly vision beyond compare. Your voice is calling, whispered so low, pulling me closer to places unknown. I felt no one response. I did all the wound I wear inside. And in the darkness we meet once again, and bound by silence like whispers of sin. Forever at midnight where shadows collide, leaving me chained to the arms of pain. Of what we were, two lovers lost without a cure. Under the stars I lay beside the ghost of you, my haunted bride.
In the dark place when meet once again,
Unbound by the silence like whispers of sin.
forever midnight where shadows collide,
Leaving me chained to the arms of pain. Velvet haze, the night is here in deep embrace. You drift like shadows, cold and bare. A ghostly vision beyond stone fair. I am not silent, but proof is nice. The stars on you brisk, you start to shade clear. I felt the wondrous past and in all the wound I wear inside. And in the darkness we meet once again, unbound by the silence like whispers of sin. Forever at midnight where shadows collide, leaving me chained to the arms of pain. In the velvet haze, the night is here and deep embrace. You drift like shadows, cold and bare. A ghostly vision beyond compare. Your voice is calling, whispered so low, pulling me closer to places unknown. I felt no one response. I did all the wound I wear inside. And in the darkness we meet once again, unbound by silence like whispers of sin. Forever at midnight where shadows collide, leaving me chained to the arms of pain.
Okay, so I backed out of the call. by the looks of it, nobody is coming in, so I can do this episode on my own, which is perfectly fine. That means I can cover the information that I've got here. Tonight would probably be a good time for me to kind of get into a lot of things that are going on with WWOW Talk too, besides doing the discussion about or just the discussion on what I'm going to bring up as a topic. Now, before I get started, I want to do a real quick audio test again about, yeah, so that sounds good in YouTube. I'm going to have to just go off trust with Minds, or with X, or just the discussion on, yeah, there we go. Everything sounds good, so, or just the, okay, so, let me get the recording started and we will get the show going. Let me do my countdown. 3, 2, 1, now. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of WWOW Talk. Today I have some good stuff that I want to bring up for talking points, but before I get started with that, I want to kind of take time to go over some of the things that have been going on with the wonderful world of weirdness on YouTube, as well as what we've been doing with branching out and bringing the channel to other platforms as well. So one thing that I've been getting a lot of is comments concerning the old content that was on here that was about that was all about ghost sightings and everything, and the video clips. We also had some UFO sightings and things of that nature. It's been a while since I've mentioned it to anybody, you know, but I was making it a point to let everybody know that you can still find those videos if you search on Odyssey. We still have all of them on there, or most of them. As John pointed out, we haven't had we weren't able to put all of them on there without them getting flagged and taken off there. So some of the actual footage isn't there, but for most part you can go there and check it out and get a lot of it. Now I'm not streaming on Odyssey anymore because I'm basically wanting to keep the wonderful world of weirdness independent of everything that is Minds.com, and most of the people who support Minds.com usually endorses Odyssey. Now Odyssey was pretty cool back in a while back because you could sync the YouTube channels up and it could actually post the videos that you had on YouTube to Odyssey, but they stopped doing that. So I went ahead and decided to do that, to not do the wonderful world of weirdness streams on Odyssey, because it's first of all not really very productive for me. I went in and started doing the streams on there. I got one supporter in the last 12 months, so I'm not seeing much for any kind of support when it comes to Odyssey, and I'm wondering how many people actually use the platform. So I've got a lot of other platforms that I have been working with, you know, which is bringing me to the second part that I wanted to bring up, and it's the other platforms that we're available on. Right now I am also streaming on Kick. I'm also streaming on Rumble as well as X. So you guys can check us out on X for at RogLOL1973. That's at ROGLOL1973. You can also check the wonderful world of weirdness out on Rumble as the wonderful world of weirdness. And besides that, we are on on Kick on my channel there, which is Roger_Hanson. Then, of course, we have YouTube, which has been the original and the first stream for the wonderful world of weirdness. And I just also want to bring it up to everybody that I know that the format has changed quite a bit when it comes to what it used to be. I really wish that I could, have that format from before, but that caused a lot of issues for John, as well as it caused a lot of issues for me when I was taking over when it comes to these short videos. Now, I know a few other people who do UFO sightings and stuff like that, but that's usually their content, okay? A lot of the content that was put on this channel was content that was picked up from other people. And Creative Commons has a stipulation in YouTube where when you do that, you have to alter the video in some way. You have to talk on it and make narrations and stuff of that nature. Now, that would have been great if it would have been done in the beginning, but it became an issue after we had the insane amount of videos that was available on here. They started hitting, YouTube started hitting the channel up, saying that we were no longer eligible for monetization and all that stuff. John was getting copyright infringements left and right, and finally he reached out to me and he said, look, man, I'm getting ready to just dump the wonderful world of weirdness. And I told him straight up, I was like, dude, please don't do that, just let me take over on it. I'd rather see the channel go on than have it deleted. So just so everybody understands, man, this is it. This is the last hurrah. If I don't make this channel work, it's done, okay? John was done with it. He was finished with this channel. I still talk to him on Discord and hang out with him and stuff. He's come on here like once or twice, maybe 3 times in the last year after we did Old Men Talking, but he is done with it. And I don't blame him one bit because of the things he's told me. He's put up with a lot of things with this channel. He's even had death threats made against him because of it. And I understand completely why he's done with it. But I'm wanting to, give this thing a chance and get it going. If you guys want to reach out to me and be a part of it, you're more than welcome to. I've told everybody this is a community-based forum. I came along and I got involved with this channel way back in the day whenever I was on Facebook. I was one of John's moderators on Facebook for his Facebook group. And I've loved the wonderful world of weirdness. I hated the fact that I had to delete all those videos, okay? So don't get me wrong when I'm telling you all this stuff, because the reason why I had to do it was because I had no other choice, all right? Now, I like I said, I understand where you guys are coming from that stuff, but this is the way it's got to be done for now, And if you guys want to come in and do your own shows, I more than welcome you. Reach out to me. Let me know, man. I will schedule it into the week. If you don't know how to stream, I will do the streaming for you. Me and Summer Todd do that all the time. Austin's even thinking now about making his own shows and setting up his own content on one of my channels, and I'm helping him out. I'll be a cameraman for you, go through and let you do whatever you want to, any format you want. All I have to do is be there to make sure that the stream goes through, Get on Skype with me and we can set up a Skype account. When you go in there If you don't feel like live streaming, you just want to do a show with a recording, you just hit record right there on Skype and record your show. I'll make sure that it gets onto the channel, stuff like that. It's real simple. And if you guys are really interested and you want to get involved in the channel, then you are more than welcome to do it. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Now, Kindle Wonderland, thank you for making the comment in the YouTube chat section. When you asked why, I was wondering what that actually meant, because I've been going through quite a bit of stuff here, kind of recapping on some of the stuff that has been happening. So if you want, you can come on or you can, heck, you can come on in if you want to with the chat. Just let me know. But if you want to, just kind of let me know in the chat section what it was that you were talking about when you were referring to why, and I will answer that for you. But I also, like I said, was a part of this before, and John was nice enough to let me take over on it. But if it wasn't for that, this channel would have been gone a long time ago. So I don't know how else to put that. I'm not trying to say that I know what I'm doing or I'm even great at it, but at least I'm standing up and wanting to try to get this to work. I'm trying to bring in new content with different people. I've had interviews like you wouldn't believe within the last 2 years, man. And these are people who are involved in this stuff. That all the videos that you've seen of UFOs and of ghosts and stuff like that, I've actually brought people in who are talking about that stuff. So you're actually hearing people who are involved. You're not hearing somebody who has been in the business for 10, 15 years and getting paid freaking good money to tell you about ghosts and UFOs. These are real people who've had experiences in the situations that you're seeing up there on those video clips, So just take that into consideration. They're not professionals. They're just average Joes, just like me and you. And that's the way I'd rather it be. I would rather have just an ordinary person come onto the shows and have a conversation with me about their experiences than having David Icke or anybody of that status come in. Because that's just how I feel about it. I'm fine with it. I don't have to have people from ancient or from ancient aliens. I keep messing that up. I don't know why, but I don't have to have people like that coming in to do an interview with. That's what I want to do when I do these things. So. And I apologize about the bad audio. I know I've had a lot of issues with the bad audio on some of the videos, but I didn't want them to go to waste. I've actually started some more live streams when it comes to ancient mysteries, and I have started some for strange stories. Now I'm going to do 12 episodes of those, and then I'm going to switch to Esoteric Agenda, and I'm also going to switch to conspiracy theories. And I believe there was another one that I'm wanting to do, but I can't remember all of them at the moment. Now, after bringing that up, I also want to talk about the business end of the channel on YouTube. Now, when I say business, I'm talking about the analytics and YouTube Studio and all that. So Don't think I'm going to be pandering for money or anything. But I just kind of want to go through it. If you guys have been sticking around and you have noticed, yeah, we have lost a lot of subscribers, and that was actually anticipated because of the change in what was being presented. Okay, so that was already expected. I knew that we were going to lose them, and besides that, I had literally gone through and deleted every video that we had on here. I went into the community section and I deleted all the comments except for the comments that related to the channel, like when we hit like 180,000 or some shit like that, you know what I mean? Which I know we're not at. But I like at 100,000, whenever, you know, they give you those little rewards and stuff. I kept all that in there, and then comments and conversations that related to the channel that John had with people, I left all that. But besides that, everything was from scratch. So I kind of understood that was going to happen. I figured if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it with a clean break. So I went in and I did that, and we lost, in the last year since I started, we lost over 3,321 views. It was over 3,300. It was let me go ahead and check it. Yeah, it was over 3,600 viewers, subscribers, and that, like I said, was expected. I actually thought we were going to lose a lot more. I lost some here recently because I was uploading scheduled content over I'd say about a 2-3 week period, and a lot of people just did not like that. I actually got negative comments about it, and had to take care of that the way that I need to take care of it, because like I said, you know, when I first started this, I was told by John about some of the negative comments that were made. I'll say it again, I will not be that guy who puts up with it, okay? If that happens, or if there's even a sign that somebody's going to be trolling like that, they're not going to be able to comment on the channel ever again. I love talking to people and hanging out with them in the comment section, but that's just not happening here anymore. We're done with that. There's a certain standard that a lot of people who enjoyed this channel had, and I wasn't aware that this was taking place. It wasn't told to me by John until maybe about a year before he decided to let me do this. But he was doing it well before then, and having to put up with it, and I'm not going to be that guy, you know what I mean? We have a lot of good people who do watch this stuff, and I'm probably really upsetting them because I'm talking about stuff that's a little bit controversial to them, but they just have certain ways that they are, you know, and from what I know of everybody, I haven't been able to talk to too many people who have actually been a part of the channel like I used to, but that's because I don't get on Facebook anymore, and I just won't do it. It won't happen. But with that being said, I do want to kind of go through the analytics. Now, like I said, the truth is yeah, we have lost a lot of viewers and stuff. Like in February, we had views that were going up into the 400s, and it was even bigger than that if you look at it on the lifetime section. I mean, there was a time where we were hitting like 165,000 views, and that it was like back in 2017 and stuff, and like in 2019 we had a pretty good run too. But those days were long gone by the time I got here, and in the last year is what I'm going off of. You know, we had views of maybe about 500 to I'd say about 300, and that lasted all the way up until about April of last year. And from that point on, we bounced between 300 all the way down to sometimes 20 views on a video. And the algorithms were bouncing up and down all the time. I mean, they were like, sometimes one day we would get like freaking 185 to 240, 328, and then the next day, bam, we were down to like 36 views on this and that. And it went like that all the way through from April, I'd say, until about August. And to be fair about it too, during that time period, I had backed off on the live stream. It was time to take a break. So right around in April, well, we still did do videos up until July, you know, but not as much as what we did in the beginning of the year. But in July is where it really tapered off, because by the time July had come, I'd said enough is enough. I need to back off on the live streams, focus on putting content up that was uploaded, and that's where a lot of our views actually come from. Now, even though we had a loss in views and stuff, I do have to say that those algorithms did level out quite a bit. I mean, I know that for us, we generally always get a steady view ratio of at least 50 to 100, maybe even a little bit over, of 110 maybe views that goes all the way through, and this is constant, and that's on the videos. Now, we have been getting back into the live stream here at the beginning of the year, and I wanted to start it up and get it going back again like I did last year. I have about 3 or 4 video streams, three right now at a week, and then after 12 streams switch it over to the other subjects, because I have other ones that I do want to get into. Space them out and give them, you know, a season to where I can do 12 videos here and then 12 videos here, different topics, and then so forth, you know. That way the content's changing, it's not always the same. But that is basically what I did want to bring up on that. Like with the video, it's actually stabilizing. So even though we do have a loss of views and you know, impressions, which actually, to be honest with you, our impressions are still pretty good compared to what they were at the beginning of the year. We had some times where we got like 35,000 impressions, but we've still gotten quite a few of those too as well. And like I said, even the impressions are on a steady, stable key, but the views are constantly between 0 and 200 at least. So with that being said, I do like that. It really sucks that we had to lose as many subscribers as what we did. And I still hold firm to the impressions click rate, and just the click rate period, you know. I try to keep it at 1.6, and I do that on purpose because like with trolls and just people who freaking don't want to see your content, you don't want to have a huge click-through rate. Like, there are some people that you just don't want to watch your videos, and the reason why I say that is because when you go in and you promote a video, for example, like you hit promote, you pay money for views, what happens is, like, everybody has to see what you're putting on the internet, okay? And everybody includes people who don't want to see ghost stories. Everybody includes people who don't want to see UFOs. They don't want to hear conspiracy theories. So with that, you're going to get thumbs down, you're going to get criticism in the comment section, and I get it sometimes here now with a click rate of 1.6, but if I actually had a huge click rate volume, I would get it all the time. People would always be bombarding me with trolling and bad, horrible comments and stuff of that nature. And I know we've got like a ceremonial troll who's been around since the beginning of the channel, most likely, but who likes to come in and downvote. And I'm not gonna name names, but I know who you are, dude. You know what I mean? It's like, let me just put it to you this way: we're okay. You know what I mean? You don't have to be a stalker. I'm okay with you actually being man enough to hang out and maybe even have a conversation, you know. I liked your shows too when you took over for John. So don't be like that, dude. You know what I'm saying? What happened between you and John is between you and John. Just let it go. You're not like being secretive or anything. I know who you are, dude. It's like just you know, don't be a dick. That's what it's all about. I mean, heck, I'm not stupid. You know what I mean? I know what I walked into when I got this, and I started doing it. You know, but that's just the best I can say about it. It was just like I can't believe that shit. You know what I mean? And you know who I'm talking about. Everybody who's listening to this knows who I'm talking about. But just putting it out there, you know, we got better things to do than to be like that, you know. Come on, man. If you want to come on and do your show, freaking let me know. It'd be nice to see you on here talking all crazy like you did before, you know. I'm sure John wouldn't have an issue with it either. As a matter of fact, you two need to make up, and that's my personal view on it. But you're old friends. You've been around one another for ages. You're like dinosaurs that are going to die together, you know. So I'm going to leave that alone. But yeah, I know who you are, and just actually, you know, come in and be a part of the community. Don't be like that. Just try to make something out of it, you know. I personally went through a lot of this stuff, and you had pretty good stuff going, but the only problem was is you assigned a dollar bill to it, you know. Just some of this content was biting you in the butt, and you didn't know it until later on. So that's my encouragement to you and everybody else, you know. Stop getting so eager on that promote button. Allow your content to be organic, and it'll work itself out. So I think I did a good job at going through and covering a lot of this. Now, I do want to let everybody know that we have content scheduled all the way up until April for YouTube. We've got content on my channel on X for the Wonderful World of Weirdness, or for everything that I do. It's scheduled all the way up to April as well. On Rumble. I've got a lot of stuff of mine that's scheduled until March, and I don't know for sure how much of it is for the wonderful world of weirdness, but I can tell you that I have to do more of them because I've got a lot of content that needs to be uploaded. So it's not over when it comes to that, and we will have all of it. So everything is scheduled and ready to go. Now what I have to do is focus on getting these live streams done, and with that, I think we will have some good content coming for this year. Like I said, I've already started one. I've started some good shows so far. I did Mount Fuji and the Suicide Forest. I also did the Dyatlov Pass in Russia, which was actually suggested by a person who showed up on the questions and answers last year on YouTube and suggested that I do it, and it took me this long to actually get the information up and do it. And when I did, I was really impressed by it. It's something I should have done all along, but I got so caught up in doing everything else, I just went off into a separate section about it. It's sending me now down an avenue where I want to do the topics that I'm talking about now, which is actually this one has to do with the Monty in the Kanta, but it's just them. It's not about the Dyatlov Pass. There was a lot of information about these guys that I wanted to find out about, because I was doing the Dyatlov Pass, and these were the indigenous people that were accused of, or accusations were made that they were involved in the death of these explorers in that situation. And I'd done a deep dive on them previously, but I wasn't able to get anything out about them. And this time what I did is I went and I started pulling up the information. I got it together, and I just came together, and I wanted to share it and get it started. So let me see what we got here. Yeah, I am done with my business talk, and that's basically what I did there with the Dyatlov Pass. And then after that, I started doing some stuff with Mount Fuji and the Suicide Forest, and that is amazing stuff right there, about the actual volcanic veins that run underneath the forest itself. Okay, that right there on a spiritual pagan level, it just amazes me. And then the ground, okay, the ground is hard, and it's made out of volcanic ash, which creates an atmosphere where if you believe in the supernatural, or the afterlife, whatever, in the pagan beliefs, it makes you think, it's a perfect environment for bad things to happen, because you have fire involved, you have water involved, which is the ice caves that are underneath the forest, and then you have wind caves that have moss growing out to the point where when you go in there you can't even hear your own echo, and that added to the ground, which is which causes a stillness over the Suicide Forest, it's completely silent. That was amazing. That also led me into finding other things out too. There's another mountain that's being worshipped in Japan, where at one time, supposedly, maybe, they say that it's supposed to be like a lesson for children, but this other mountain is where people would take their elderly to abandon them, and story has it that the elderly volunteered for it, but that's just neither say, here or there, or whatever. It's there's no way of really saying for sure if they volunteered to be abandoned on a mountain, or if their family just did it. And there's supposed to be like paranormal activity that happened on this mountain too, so that kind of opened me up to a lot of things, and then that inspired me to want to actually do more in the whole subject of hungry ghosts and samsara. I'm really wanting to start something up concerning samsara and get things going on that. So I have that's possibly in the works as well. And from both of those put together, I want to start talking about the Muncie and some of the deities that were involved with them. Now, with that being said, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to start talking about it, and hopefully I can get some of this done. I just wanted to go through and kind of get all of it out and be done with it. So first I want to talk about Numtorum. Okay, Numtorum is a significant deity in the mythology and religious traditions of the Conti and the Mansi people. They're indigenous groups from Siberia. Now these people are the ones that I was talking about just recently with the Dyatlov Pass and the incident that happened there. Now he's often regarded as the supreme god of or creator deity in their pantheon, embodying the sky and the overarching force of order in life. Numtorum plays a central role in the cosmology of these Uralic-speaking people, and his influence extends across their understanding of nature, spirituality, and the balance between the earth and the divine. Numtorum is primarily associated with the sky and is considered a celestial being who oversees the universe. His domain represents the uppermost levels of the cosmos, symbolizing purity, order, and divine authority. As a creator god, Numtorum is credited with shaping the world and establishing the natural order. He is also seen as a protector of humans, ensuring balance and harmony in their lives. In the Conti and Mansi belief system, Numtorum is often depicted as a patriarch figure who governs the pantheon of gods and spirits. He is seen as a benevolent yet distant deity who interacts with the world primarily through intermediaries or lesser spirits. Numtorum is often contrasted with forces of chaos or malevolent spirits representing the principle of order in the universe. This duality reflects the Conti and Mansi understanding of the world as balance between opposing forces. In the Conti and Mansi cosmology, the universe is divided into several layers, often conceptualized as a world tree or a multi-tiered structure. You have the upper world, the domain of Numtorum and other celestial beings, symbolizing the heavens and the realm of the divine order. Then you have the middle world, the earthly realm where humans and animals live. This is the space of everyday existence and interaction with spirits. Now after that you have the lower world, the underworld associated with chaos, darkness, and malevolent spirits. Nam Torom's family plays a significant role in maintaining the balance between these realms. He is often described as having several children who act as intermediaries between the divine and mortal worlds. These children include Kal Alter, a son of Nam Torom associated with water and aquatic life. Torom's daughter, sometimes depicted as a mediator between the divine and human realms as well. Now, the worship of Nam Torom reflects the animistic and shamanistic traditions of the Khanty and Mansi people. Worship often takes place at natural landmarks such as mountains, rivers, and groves, which are seen as sacred spaces imbued with the presence of Nam Torom. Offerings to Nam Torom include food, drink, and symbolic items, often made to seek his protection or express gratitude. Shamans acting as intermediaries play a crucial role in connecting the people with Nam Torom. Through rituals, they seek guidance, healing, and blessing from the deity. Celebrations honoring Nam Torom are tied to the cycles of nature, such as the changing of seasons or significant events like the spring thaw, which are seen as manifestations of his power. Nam Torom appears in several myths and legends that illustrate his role as a creator and protector. In one creation myth, Nam Torom is said to have created the world by sending a divine bird or spirit to retrieve a handful of earth from the primordial waters. From this earth, he fashioned the land and established the natural order. Nam Torom is often depicted as battling malevolent spirits or forces of chaos to maintain balance in the universe. These stories highlight his role as a protector and upholder of cosmic harmony. The mythology of Nam Torom, central to the Khanty and Mansi peoples, include tales of his struggles to maintain cosmic balance against chaotic and malevolent spirits. While these stories often vary between regions and are preserved primarily through oral tradition, a few notable conflicts and themes are constantly highlighted in their folklore. Below are some of the examples of these conflicts, along with the role spirits play in the mythology. You have Kul, a malevolent spirit associated with the underworld, and is often depicted as a force of chaos seeking to disrupt the natural order. In one tale, Kul attempts to expand his domain by encroaching upon the middle world, which is Earth, and the upper world, where Nam Torom's realm is. Nam Torom intervenes, sending his children or lesser spirits to push Kul back into the lower realms. This struggle represents the ongoing tension between order, Nam Torom, and chaos, Kul. In Khanty and Mansi mythology, water spirits known as Vishki are sometimes portrayed as capricious and dangerous beings who cause floods and disrupt the lives of humans. Nam Torom is said to have tamed the spirits by commanding his son, Kal Alter, a deity associated with water, to mediate and restore harmony. In one legend, fire, a divine gift of humanity from Nam Torom, is stolen by the spirits of darkness. These spirits wish to plunge the world into cold and chaos. Nam Torom sends his messengers, often birds or heroic figures, to retrieve the fire and return it to humanity. The Yaqui, spirits of the forest, occasionally defy Namtorum's authority by hiding animals meant for human survival or causing hunters to lose their way. Namtorum, through shamans or his divine offspring, resolves this disruption by teaching humans rituals to appease the forest spirits and restore their favor. Yami, a spirit of the winds, becomes uncontrollable, wreaking havoc by causing storms that destroy villages and hunting grounds. Namtorum binds Yami using a magical chain or commands one of his sons to subdue the spirit. In some versions, Yami is only partially tamed, reflecting the unpredictable nature of the wind. A celestial firebird, sometimes interpreted as a rogue spirit or an emissary of chaos, threatens to consume the light of the upper world. Namtorum must confront the firebird, either by outwitting it or defeating it in battle to protect the balance of light and darkness. In some myths, Namtorum creates an earth spirit named Nergin to help shape the world. However, Nergin grows pride and seeks to dominate humanity. Namtorum intervenes by banishing Nergin to the lower world, or limiting his power through a pact. Namtorum's battles often revolve around restoring harmony between the upper, middle, and lower worlds. Namtorum frequently sends his children, shamans, or animal messengers to act on his behalf, reinforcing his role as a distinct yet benevolent overseer. The spirits of water, wind, forest, and earth represent natural forces that are both revered and feared, with Namtorum assuring that they do not overstep their bounds. Many stories highlight the importance of maintaining respect for the natural and spiritual orders, with Namtorum punishing those who disrupt this balance. Now, after that, well, first of all, one thing that really stuck out to me on this one is how, and it's with this on every kind of pagan belief system, like, it always goes towards like spirits of water, wind, forest, and earth. And like I was talking to you about Mount Fuji, and the mountain itself is fire, lava, you know what I mean? And then you had a mountain of wind, then you had a mountain that was with ice, which represents water. Then there was another one, and it was mentioned, but it was filled with bats. And I don't want to go there because that might interpret, that people might start talking about vampires or some stuff like that. But I'm not trying to talk vampires, But after that, you have to take a look at like the ground, okay, and how hard the ground is. The surface of the ground and how hard it is actually just as important too. And you see that, and Mount Fuji, you got to understand, is one of the most worshipped land sites in Japan. You know what I mean? It's Mount Fuji. Like, it's supposed to be the gateway between Earth and the heavens. So that was something that has always stuck out to me. So after that, I do want to get into another character that is involved in all of this, and he goes by the World Surveyor Man. Now, the World Surveyor Man is the spirit hero in Siberia's Finno-Ugric tribes, or Finno-Ugric tribes. He is the seventh and youngest son of Nami Turim, the Sky Father, and the goddess Kalti, born when his mother fell to earth from heaven. World Surveyor Man hands and feet are made from gold. He is the original golden goose. World Surveyor Man's primary function is to see all, know all, and protect people from whatever endangers them. When the sun goes down, he traverses the sky on his gleaming white horse. His horse is as magical as he is. If he turns his horse's nose towards someone, that person is healed. Alternative versions say that the horse is Goldor, that World Surveyor Man rides in a sleigh drawn by swans, geese, ducks, or horses. World Surveyor Man gives shaman their power. In some Siberian cultures, this is meant abstractly, but in others, it's literal. He gives it directly to the shaman while they are entranced. World Surveyor Man lives in a 7-sided house with 7 doors inside a sacred forest. Once upon a time, people were expected to visit him 3 times a year at his home, or if not possible, at least send a lot of gifts. He is now identified with St. George, St. Nicholas, and sometimes Jesus Christ. World Surveyor Man wears a golden hat and a garment with 7 goose wings. He can adopt the form of any of his sacred creatures. Appeals to World Surveyor Man are made at night, traditionally, if one wishes to summon World Surveyor Man. 4 ritual mental plates, each bearing an image of the sun, were placed on the ground approximately where the horse's 4 hooves would be. Alternatively, 4 silver cups similarly placed calls him too. Archaeological evidence of silver trays associated with World Surveyor Man rituals dating to the 1st millennium have been found in areas associated with the Ugric tribes. Now that was a pretty interesting thing. What stood out to me on this was the Santa Claus thing. You know what I mean? St. Nicholas. I've been having to do some things with Jeffy Ryder from the World Pirate Radio Network, and he does, well, if you guys know, I've been doing like the marathons with him, and he's real big on Santa Claus. And St. Nicholas is something that I was always curious about, because I knew that there was a lot deeper roots when it comes to Santa Claus than what people actually know. And it goes even deeper than just, Christian beliefs and stuff of that nature. So that's something that I really did appeal to when I seen that. Now, culty. That's who I want to move on to now. Now, the moon exerts its pull on earthly tides and women's menstrual cycles. Culty is the beautiful spirit who meditates this relationship between Earth, the moon, and women. Cultists first manifested to the Ugric tribes of western Siberia, such as the Mansi, formerly called the Vogels, who traditionally inhabited the forests and swamplands near the Ob River, and who are linguistically related to the Finns, Sami, and Hungarians. Once upon a time, Culti lived in the sky with her husband, Nami Tarim, the Sky Master, who may be a bear spirit. She may also be his sister or daughter. Cultis had a secret love affair with Zulk Atur, prince of the underworld, but her husband found out. He drew a sword to stab Cultis, but their eldest son stopped him. Later, when he had the opportunity, the enraged Nami Tarim threw Cultis to the ground 3 times, then dropped her to the earth through a hole in the sky. While falling, she gave birth to the spirit child who would become World Surveyor Man, the Gander Prince. Kalti, the very same spirit or her double, serves as World Surveyor Man's foster mother. Yes, she is also his real mother. When he comes of age, depending on the version of the myth, World Surveyor Man may or may not marry Kaltis or her avatar. Kaltis resembles those Russian dolls which appear identical except for size and which fits one inside the other. There are seemingly a dizzyingly endless number of Kaltis who may be one of the same or reflection of each other, sort of the way rabbits legendarily multiply. Fittingly, Kaltis is the Lady of the Rabbits, her sacred creature, the messenger. She is a god of fertility, childbirth, and women's reproductive health. Kaltis appears as a beautiful woman, a rabbit, or a goose. She is intensely associated with rabbits, even when she appears in another form. Some reference to rabbits may still exist, giving the clue to her true identity. Now, a lot of this actually goes back to some things that I do want to get into, and later what I want to get into with these traditions and stuff is topics on the world tree. Now, the world tree is a pretty cool motif, and it actually is a part of several religious and mythological stories and everything, which are all directly related to the Indo-European, Siberian, and groups, as well as Native Americans, actually, believe it or not. So that is one thing that I do want to eventually get into and discuss more. After that, this also has to do with Axis Monday, and when I say Axis Monday, I'm talking about the shamanic functions for it. I do want to discuss that. So it sounds like we are having a pretty big commotion in there, so I should probably figure out what the heck I'm going to be doing here before long. Somebody's going to come bursting in. But that's what I do want to get into. I want to talk about the Axis Monday. Then there's a few things in the Hungarian folklore that I do want to cover. It's a really, really strange story. It's or myth, I guess you could call it, about the world tree, and it's called the Igig Aerofa, I believe is what it is. And out of that comes this the story of Ogre's Heart in the Egg, which is very, very interesting. Now, so what I'm eventually going to want to do is get into folklore, Romanian folklore, and I want to talk about that, and then I want to talk about another story, which is Old Norse, and it's called Yggdrasil. So I think I'm going to end up, getting into a whole bunch of good stuff here that's going to actually turn out to be pretty cool. Now, also the turtle, that's another thing in mythology. It's a bird of prey. I want to discuss that. Usually it's a falcon, and this is big in the Hungarian traditions as well. I think they're also traditional in the Turkic mythologies. I'm not quite sure on that, but I know that they are pretty big when it comes to when it comes to the Turks. So I also later on want to go over some stuff. There's one Norwegian fairy tale, and it's called The Giant Who Had No Heart in His Body. Now this is an old fairy tale that kind of relates to all this stuff, and it melts into it. And I think that this is something that I really do want to get into, and maybe create some video series on it. You know, get things going on that aspect. So my recording now has made it to quite a bit. It's made it pretty far into this story. I believe I have an hour now, so I'm going to end this. I know that we have got to get stuff taken care of when it comes to the water. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, make comments, especially make comments. I love to talk to everybody, so I love conversation. So if you can't say something in the chat, at least say something in the comments section. Give me some feedback and have a conversation with me. You know, that's what it's all about. So with that, I am going to go ahead